Well, this is my post-debate video. I just got done watching it, so I'm not going to make too much of a commentary tonight about it. However, what I have to say is that this debate was very, very important. And for every thinking person out there who is for the U.S. Constitution and who is also basically for personal liberties and just getting back to basics, this debate was actually very important, and it needs to be disseminated at length. First of all, to all of my progressive and liberal friends out here, and I consider myself amongst those, what Palin had to say today should not be underestimated at all. And the reason I'm saying that is because she is very well versed in talking to people, very well versed in media speech. She has obviously been very well coached. And she came across basically to the average American citizen who knows nothing about politics, nothing about foreign affairs, and so on, as someone who actually knows something about it, which is far from the truth. But this is how she comes across. And so it should not be underestimated what how this debate and her appearance on this debate came across to the average viewer who knows basically nothing. It is very dangerous for people who have actually been informed and reading up on this stuff to believe that her performance tonight was silly, because it certainly did not come across that way to the average person. And it should be taken very seriously as to how this is going to be portrayed in the future. If basically what she was saying is she's appealing to the average citizen, to the average voter, to the common folks, when she's actually not amongst those common folks. But that never came across in the debate. Now, let me interject here that I'm also not a fan of Joe Biden's. I have very many problems with Joe Biden. But let's not just dismiss this entire emotional appeal here that has just come across on national television, and which many people in this country, in terms of Palin's appeal, will get behind. This is very serious, folks, and since the average American voter doesn't really know anything even about their own constitution, let alone foreign policy, it was a very friendly approach towards the American people on the side of Palin. And in my opinion, Joe Biden really didn't do that well in this debate. So it must be this kind of appeal must be countered, first of all, with logic. But logic is not enough, because most people don't vote on logic alone. It must also be appealed at this time on emotional grounds, because this is where her entire appeal comes from. It is based on emotions. And most voters, if they haven't made up their mind yet, base their votes basically listening to these debates and based on emotion and the personal appeal of people. And it has to be countered in some way from our side, from people who understand what's going on, to appeal equally to those emotions of the American people. What Palin said tonight, some of the stuff, I have to disseminate this in a much longer video, but it was basically She was appealing to the middle class and to the working class, when in fact the policies of Bush and McCain are exactly the opposite. Now, we have to show that not just factually, but also have it come across in some sort of an emotional appeal to the average citizen. Of course, you know, we don't have the luxury to have our videos seen on the mainstream media. That's why we're not on there. So, but we have to do what we can at this point, because otherwise everything is lost. I have to think about what I'm going to say in my next video. People need to make videos now. People like us need to make videos in order to disseminate and contradict the arguments that this woman has just made. And Biden made some very big mistakes as well. But as I said before, McCain-Palin ticket is a ticket to disaster, not only for this country, but for the entire globe. So let's work on it. Let's think about this issue for a while. Let's take our time and start making videos and getting them out there before the vote. That's all we can do, and we have to do it. Good night.